Hi, you guys. It's Mrs. Leuse. It is Tuesday, August 25th, and we just did our Zoom check-in, and now you're watching my video on some ELA comprehension. So just sit back and relax and watch me teach. At the end of this week, you will be doing one on your own that will be graded. So please pay attention and have fun learning how to answer some comprehension questions. You will be doing this when you do it by yourself on a ReadWorks. So watch me go through this lesson and answer questions, and you'll have some more practice before you do one on your own later this week. I'm going to read out the passage, and then I will go through the questions. What's great about ReadWorks, you guys, once you log in and you go to your assignments, so your assignments will look like this. When you click on the passage that is due today, you'll click on the passage, and if you click play, it'll read it out loud to you. How great is that? I think that's amazing. So let's listen to it read.
A family reunion. In July 2002, a group of orcas swam to a beach in Western Canada. There, they rubbed their bellies on the smooth pebbles along the beach. The group included a young female orca named Springer. Orca facts. An orca is sometimes called a killer whale. A male orca can grow to weigh 9 tons. An orca is a mammal that breathes air. Orcas are dolphins. The following January, a lone orca was spotted in Puget Sound, near Washington State. Scientists figured out that the orca was about 2 years old and that she had been orphaned. During spring, the orphaned orca stayed in Puget Sound. She swam near boats, and many people got to see her. They named her Springer. As the months passed, the orca became sickly. She developed a skin rash. Scientists then captured Springer. They treated the rash, and Springer got better. Like peas in a pod. After Springer had recovered, scientists decided that they should return the orca to the ocean. Before releasing her, they attached a radio transmitter to Springer. The radio allows scientists to track her. In July, wildlife experts loaded Springer onto a jet-powered boat. The boat traveled about 400 miles north to Western Canada. Scientists knew that a pod, or group of orcas, related to Springer was there. Springer was put back into the ocean. Soon, scientists saw her swimming with her pod. An aunt and 3 cousins are part of the pod. Springer's family reunion seemed to be a happy one.
Okay, you guys, so we just listened to the story, and I thought that was so cool. So it was a family reunion. Why was it called a family reunion? Because this orca had left its family and needed to be helped because it got a skin rash. And when it was dropped back into the ocean near Canada, where his family members were living, he was swimming back with his family. How awesome is that? So after you listen to the story, read it out loud to you, you will then go and answer some questions. And again, I'm teaching you how to answer the questions, so just sit back and relax. Number 1, according to the text, what is Springer? Is Springer the male orca, a female orca, a scientist, or a jet-powered boat? It is very important for you guys not to guess. It is a 5th grade skill to go back to the passage and find the answer. I'm going to go find out what is Springer. Let's see here. Here it is. The group included a young female orca named Springer. So Springer is a she. So when I go back to my questions, I will click on the answer for B. And let's see if we got it right. Yep, B is the right answer. Perfect. Number 2, which of the following events occurred last in the text? So knowing that, I know I'm going to have to look at the bottom. Scientists helped Springer by treating her skin rash. Scientists decided to return Springer to the ocean. Scientists figured out that Springer has no mother. Or scientists saw Springer swimming with her family. So all of these things happened, but the question is asking which one occurred last. Well, at the very end, in the last section, it says that Springer was back with her family. So I think that the answer is D. Let's see if we're right. Yep, we were right. The answer is D. Number 3, read the sentence from the text. In July, wildlife experts loaded Springer onto a jet-powered boat. The boat traveled about 400 miles north to western Canada. Scientists knew that a pod, or group of orcas related to Springer, were there. What conclusion can you draw based on this evidence? So you guys are going to use clues to figure out which of these statements is true about what we just read. So reading it again, in July, experts put Springer on a boat and dropped them off in a certain spot of the ocean in Canada. And they knew that the family members of Springer were swimming there. So can we conclude that A, wildlife experts have a way of determining which orcas are related to each other? B, only a pod or group of orcas related to Springer would have accepted her? C, Springer could only survive back in the wild if she was around her pod? Or D, Springer communicated to the wildlife experts where her pod was located? Probably not D, right? Springer can't talk to us. I'm not going to say C because I think Springer probably would have survived if she wasn't with her pod. She would still be able to go eat. B and A are both possible answers. So we need to figure out which one is best. Is it a wildlife experts have a way of determining which orcas are related, or only a pod would accept her? I think it's A. And we were right. The answer is A. Number 4. What word would the author use to describe Springer's personality? Is she angry, friendly, sad, or dangerous? So think about everything that Springer did in the story. I would say that she's friendly because she was accepted back into her pod. And that is correct. Number 4 was B. Number 5, what would be another good title? So the title for the passage is called A Family Reunion because Springer met up with her family again. But what could we also title this passage? Puget Sound in Washington State, Dolphins versus Whales, Peas in a Pod, or Saving Springer? I would say A or B are the best options, but because it wasn't literally about peas in a pod, I'm going to say A. And yep, that's the correct answer. Number 6, read the sentence from the text. The following January, a lone orca was spotted in Puget Sound near Washington State. So Puget Sound is a location. It's kind of like a city in Washington. Scientists figured out that the orca was about 2 years old and she had been orphaned. In the sentences, what do you think the word lone means? So lone is highlighted right here, a lone orca. Does that mean she's having fun, she needs money, she's swimming slow, or she's the only one? I'm going to say that she's the only one because lone sounds like the word alone. And we are correct. Number 6 means being the only one. All right, notice we're almost done. Number 7. Choose the word that best completes the sentence. Scientists decided to capture Springer blank. Springer had a skin rash that they wanted to treat. So remember that the scientists took Springer in because they wanted to help her rash. But you need to choose a word, a conjunction that makes sense for this sentence. These are conjunctions. Did scientists decide to capture Springer but she had a rash? No. Did they decide to capture Springer because she had a rash? Yes. Our answer is D. Notice I had to figure out which one sounded correct and which conjunction made this sentence make sense, and that would be D. Number 8, why did the scientists attach a radio transmitter to Springer before they released her into the ocean? So we would type in an answer here, and that's what you'll be doing. You have to make sure you write in a complete sentence. Let's see an example answer. The scientists attached a radio transmitter to Springer so that they would be able to track her or know where she is in the ocean. Number 9, Discuss 2 ways that the scientist helped Springer. So if you forget, go back to the passage. But you would need to type here and type a complete sentence. Let's see what an example answer would be. The scientists captured Springer after they realized that she was sick with a skin rash, and they treated her rash and helped her get better. They also released her back into the ocean so they could join her family. So notice that it said describe 2 ways, and so that's why there needed to be 2 answers in the question, or in the answer. So this is just an example of what you guys will have to do on Thursday and Friday. It's a very easy passage, but you need to make sure you're answering the questions the best of your knowledge. The answers are coming from the passage, so always go back and find the answer. Okay, you guys, that's the end of today's language arts lesson. I will see you later.